Hello students and welcome to the lecture. So students, as we know that we are covering the national integration, right? This is the topic that we are covering or we are discussing about, right? Within this topic, these all are the subtopics that we have scheduled for the discussion, like starting with the introduction part, thereafter the meaning of national integration, thereafter the aims of national integration, thereafter the role of various factors in promoting the national integration, then the obstacles that hinders the national integration, then the National Integration Council, then the National Foundation for Communal Harmony. Okay, so these all are the topics that we have scheduled for the discussion. If we talk about the topics that we have covered out of these topics, so we have done with the introduction part, we have done with the meaning of national integration, we have done with the aims of national integration. The topic that we are left with is the role of various factors that promotes the national integration. Okay, this is a topic on which we have been discussing. If we talk about the topics that we are left with, so we are left with the obstacles to the national integration, the National Integration Council, National Foundation for Communal Harmony. So this is the picture that we have created so far altogether. This is the entire picture. All right. So in this lecture, we will start from where we have left in the previous one. So let's start with the new topic. So in the previous lecture, we have done with these things. Okay. Like the role of cinema. We have discussed the sports, the literature and all. In the cinema, we have discussed that India's first speaking movie was Alamara, that was released in the year of 1931. First color movie was Kishan Kanhaiya, that was released in 1937. Thereafter, we have seen during the 1960s and the 1970s, both the Hindi and regional cinema played a vital role in promoting the Indian nationalism and also the secularism. The nationalism as well as the secularism. Right? Various screenwriters and the directors consciously conveyed a message of nationalism through the movies. How? By depicting the love stories that cross the cultural boundaries, regional boundaries, linguistic and caste barriers. Okay? And cinema served as a significant source of entertainment post-independence. Why not pre-independence? Because pre-independence, when the British authorities were in India, basically they had so many restrictions, so many censorships, so the clear message we could not send. But after the independence, post-independence, when we got our systems, basically we tried to serve the country with the most benefited areas. Okay. Cinema is used for promoting the brotherhood and unity, and also shaping the idea of secular India. Okay, that was the thing. Thereafter, the sports, we know we had discussed the role of cricket, hockey, football, these kind of sports, how they bring the nations together. All right. Thereafter, we have seen the literature, like whether it's in English, regional language, okay, played a significant role in the national integration. Okay. Like the Rabindranath Tagore, Bankim Chand Chatterjee, okay, and Premchand. These were one of the most prominent writers that basically wrote those type of dramas, those type of stories that were actually promoting the, you can say, national integration. All right. So that was the thing. So basically, if we're talking about this, so what is our national anthem and what is our national song? That is the most basic question I'm going to ask you. What is our national anthem and what is our national song? Okay. To answer this question, I will give you the 30 seconds to think and answer. Then I'm going to provide you answer. All right. Your time starts now. Just think about it. It is one of the most easiest question I have ever asked to you. Okay. 10 seconds have been passed. Last 20s are remaining. Last 20 seconds. Sorry, last 10 seconds. Alright, the time is going too fast. Just think about it. Okay. So, your time's up. The national anthem is Jan Gan Man. Okay. National anthem is Jan Gan Man. The national song is Vande Mataram. Okay. Remember, national anthem is the Jan Gan Man. National song is the Vande Mataram. Now, if we talk about these writers, who wrote this song? Okay. So the first question that I'm going to give you is that who wrote the national anthem? For this, again, 30 seconds you will have. Time starts now. Just tell me who wrote the national anthem. Ten seconds have been passed. Last 20s are remaining. Last 10 seconds. The time's up. So the national anthem was written by Rabindranath Tagore. He wrote this. Okay. Thereafter, the second question that I'm going to ask you is that who wrote the national song Vande Mataram? Okay. For this, I will give you the 30 seconds again. Your time starts now. Just think about it. The 10 seconds have been passed off. Last 1 days are remaining. Last 20 seconds. Last 10 seconds. Okay, the time's. So the correct answer is Bankim Chand Chatterjee. Okay. Bankim Chand Chatterjee was the person who wrote the Vande Mataram song. Alright. Now, Rabindranath Tagore had also written down the national anthem of another country. Now you are required to tell me the name of that country, which national anthem was written by Rabindranath Tagore. For this, again, 30 seconds you have. Time starts now. Ten seconds have been passed off. Last 20s are remaining. Last 10 seconds. Okay, the time's up. So the correct answer is Bangladesh. Okay. So basically what happened? That was the year of 1905. 1905 was the year when the British Viceroy Lord Curzon was in India, and basically he divided the state of Bengal into two areas. The West Bengal that we have in India and the East Bengal that is Bangladesh today. Alright. On that time when he divided the Bengal, he gave the reason that because of the administrative purpose, he divided the state. But on actual, the western side is having the Hindu majority while the eastern side having the Muslim majority. So to, you can say, enlarge the gap between the Hindus and the Muslim, he divided the state. And to stop our aim of national integration. Okay. So during this time, various things were happening like the Swadeshi movement and all. And on this time, Rabindranath Tagore wrote a song that was Amar Sona Bangla. Okay, Amar Sona Bangla. That was later adopted by the Bangladesh as a national anthem. So technically, Rabindranath Tagore did not write a national anthem for Bangladesh separately, but the song of Amar Sona Bangla, which he wrote during the Bengal partition, that song was taken as the national anthem of Bangladesh. Okay. Even, do you remember that when India got independence in 1947, India got divided into two areas, India and the Pakistan. Okay. Pakistan had the two sides, the Western Pakistan and the Eastern Pakistan. The Western Pakistan is the today's Pakistan. Okay. While the Eastern Pakistan is today's Bangladesh. Okay. In 1971 Indo-Pak War, India separated the Eastern Pakistan from the Western Pakistan and created it as a independent country that existed today. Okay. So these are some additional details. Now, if we talk about the Bankim Chand Chatterjee, okay, so he wrote the song Vande Mataram, that is the national song of India. But basically, the song of Vande Mataram was taken from a book. You are required to tell me the book from which it was taken. To answer this, you will have the 30 seconds again, okay? And within these 30 seconds, you are required to give me the name of that book from which the Vande Mataram was taken. Time starts now. Ten seconds have been passed. Last 20s are remaining. Last 10 seconds. Okay, the time's up. So the correct answer was Anand Math. Anand Math was the book from where the song of Vande Mataram was taken. Okay. Now let's move forward. After this, now we are going to see the role of middle class, intellectuals, and working class. Okay. What are their role in the national integration? Okay. So if we talk about the middle class, what you got from the middle class? What is the meaning of this one? If we look at the Indian society from the livelihood and income point of view, so basically we could divide the India into the three classes. Upper class, or you can say the rich class, middle class, and the poor class. Okay. The poor class are those individuals who are living in the poverty, or by the definitions of poverty, they are certified these definitions. Okay. The rich class is the people who are having the certain net of worth, okay, or net worth you can say, and are living with some dignified income and all and the resources. These are the rich class. Middle class are those who are not so rich and not so poor. They are in the middle. Even the middle class also having the differentiation of the segment. How? Upper middle class and the lower middle class. The lower middle class is those middle class that are having the limited resources or some kind of limited income. Upper middle class is that which is above the income level of the middle class, but not so much that it could cross the line of middle class and the rich. All right. So this is the thing. If we talk about the evolution of the term middle class, so remember, during the British time, that particular class was evolved in India. Remember what I'm saying. During the British time, that particular class evolved in India. Prior to this, it was not. Okay. Like if we will talk about the ancient and the medieval times, then basically there was no concept of the middle ones. There were elites or the nobles, and there were generals or the masses. Okay. The elites and the nobles are those who are belong to the rich classes. Okay. Who are near to the ruler and the administration ones. The generals or the masses are the other people who are not in the royal administration, okay, and not so much rich that having their own territories. Okay. But when the British came to India, so basically the rulers and the administrations were almost vanished. Okay. During this time, whatsoever economy, the monetary and the market-based economy, they try to generate it. This economy basically evolved a class that we call the middle class. The educated ones, the ones who could earn for themselves, basically they worked under the British and the Indian companies during the modern historical time. So the rich class belong to the merchants and the business owners. The middle class, you can say basically the working people, and the poverty is basically those people who do not having the means of livelihoods and all. Okay. So that was the history regarding the middle class that I have told you. Thereafter, the intellectuals, and then the working class. So what are these roles and how they evolved over the period of time? If we will look at them, then let's start with the first, that is the middle class. Okay. Middle class. So the middle class basically bridges the gap between the different sections of the society, acting as agents of change and social cohesion. They promote values of tolerance, inclusivity, and unity. Okay. How? Because the middle class are the ones who are in the middle. They do not have so much resources. They do not rich. They do not have that condition in which they do not have any kind of resources. They are not poor. So it means that the midway they are, it means the common resources that we have in the nation are most basically using by the middle class people. So because they know that they are required to live with each other, so they have the tolerance. Because they are using the common resources, they having the inclusivity. Because they are in the middle, then that's why they are in the unity, and that's why they actively participate in the social, cultural, and economic activities. And this code I can't explain to you. I'm sorry, but I can't explain these things to you. Why? Because this thing could only be felt. That could not be explained in words. All right. How the middle class people celebrates the social, cultural, and economic activities together. And because they are commonly enjoying them, commonly celebrating them, so ultimately they are fostering the national integration amongst the individuals. Okay. Through their professional, educational, and entrepreneurial endeavors, they contribute to the national building. Okay. Thereafter, the intellectuals. Okay. Intellectuals and the thought leaders raise awareness about the importance of national integration. Why? Because they are the one who living in the society more basically. They are the one who communicating with the individuals on the regular basis. They are the one who publish different editorials, different journals, magazine, newspapers and all. So whatsoever they are representing, basically that is reading by the common man of this country. And the common man is a part of the society. So ultimately whatsoever he is seeing, whatsoever he is reading, and whatsoever he is feeding in his mind, ultimately that is going to be the future. Okay, ultimately he will behave accordingly. So that's why the thought leaders and the intellectuals having the importance. Okay, because through meanings of their writings and all, they promote the national integration, promoting the inclusivity, the sense of secularism and respect for the diversity through their writings, the speeches, and also the activism. Okay, because if you remember, while we were discussing the meaning of national integration, and basically you can say we were seeing the definition part and all. So there was a one thing, and what was that? That in order to go for the national integration, it could not be achieved if we try to make a homogeneous society, because it is not possible. Okay, why? Because homogeneous society making out from heterogeneous means that we are promoting some particular individuals only who are having the similar characteristics, while we were ignoring the others in order to make the homogeneous society. So now you could assume, is it possible? The homogeneous society could be there since the starting only. Okay, like the other countries having. Since the starting, India has been a land of different cultures, different religions, different language, ethnicities, traditions and all. So India is not suddenly become a heterogeneous. It has been the heterogeneous since its inception. Okay. So if we will try to make the homogeneous society by eliminating the differences, that is not going to be possible anyhow. So instead of trying to make the homogeneous society, we must integrate the heterogeneous society that we have. And national integration could only be possible when we will try to interrogate, not to eliminate. Okay? If we will try to eliminate the differences that we have, what will happen? The groups will be get hurt. Alright? But if we will try to accept them with the differences they have with the other groups, that will be clearly matching with each other. Alright? So that is the thing. So basically here you can say respect the diversity. The diversity should be maintained. Okay? Because the diversity could not be eliminated, and any act regarding the elimination of this diversity will ultimately lead us to the destructive phase of the society that we have built. Okay? Intellectuals basically act as a watchdog. What are the watchdogs? Now this is the question. Many times you have seen this is the watchdogs, this is the you can say the whistleblower and all. So what is the meaning of? Now you are required to tell me what is the meaning of this, and for this again I will give you the 30 seconds to think and answer. Your time starts now. Just try to think of. 10 seconds have been passed, last 20s are remaining. Okay, last 10 seconds. Alright, the time's up. So watchdog or the whistleblowers are basically those individuals who raise the issue on the time. Okay, like if we talk about the normal people generally ignore the issues. Why? Because they are living for themselves. Normal. Okay, for example, you can say how many times you have seen that something wrong happen in your society, in your locality, and in your nearby areas. And tell me honestly, how many times you have raised a voice for them? How many times? Never. Or a few times. Why? Because you already have so many things in your life to do. You could not wait for others, and you could not do the things for others while sacrificing your. But the intellectuals and the thought leaders are basically working for the upliftment of the society, so they could afford this. So that's how they work as a watchdogs. That's how they see the things. That's how they raise the voice against them. And as a watchdogs, basically, while acting as a watchdogs, they highlighting the social injustice, divisive ideologies. Social injustice means if any particular group is dominant and is trying to put the another group down, then it is justice. No, it is injustice. So this issue will be, you can say, raised by the intellectuals. Okay, divisive ideologies. If some segment of the people are promoting themselves above from others and then trying to express that they are superior than others, then what do you think? Is this divisive or not? Of course, it is divisive. Okay, so this type of ideologies will be stopped. Why? Because they will hinder the national integration and basically contributing towards the intellectual discourse on the social harmony and the unity. Okay, so this is the thing. So students, basically in this lecture we have finished till here. Okay, a working class was left, so we will not stop. Okay, so working class, if we talk about the working class, basically here if you see the working class. So if I will ask you working population, what do you mean by the working population? How you will answer? How you can justify that this is the working population or not? To answer this, again I will give you the 30 seconds and your time starts now. It is a very simple question, let me tell you clearly. 10 seconds have been passed, last 20s are remaining. Last 10 seconds. Time's up. So basically, total population is the total number of people living on the area. Working population is how many of them belong to the age group of 15 years to 60 years. Okay. The working population is how many people belong to the age group of 15 to 60 years. These are the working population. Alright. And this population is basically formulates the working class that comprising of the laborers, farmers, and people that are having the diverse occupational backgrounds. Okay. These plays a vital role in the national integration. Why? Because they are required to work at the same place with the same resources to earn the livelihood and to make the living for their respective families. Alright. They contribute to the nation's economic development and basically promotes the social cohesion through the collective struggles and the shared aspiration. Their participation in the democratic processes and the social movements helps to shape a more inclusive and egalitarian society. Okay, so this is the. So students, finally we have finished till here. In the next lecture we will continue from here. Till then, just revise the facts and figures that all we have discussed in this lecture. Be ready for the next lecture. With this note, let's end this lecture and thank you.